Inmates, how's life behind bars? Not these bars, these bars. As you can see, it's empty behind me. We've got no staff in whatsoever because it's already past office hours. I've been collecting in this new bike today. I've got back around about 2 or 3 hours ago, getting lots of video content of the bike and photographs because we want to get this video out there as soon as possible, but it's now gone past office hours, but I've got to stay here and get this video made this evening so it comes to you tomorrow. Hopefully you're seeing this on the day of launch, which is Friday, the 25th of October. So if you saw the last video, I told you that this was happening, that we are picking up this brand new R1300GSA Thursday, the 24th of October. There's been a huge drama around this bike because this is not the bike that I originally purchased. Some very unfortunate, sad news that my normal dealer that I work with, Roy Pidcock, went into administration literally a few days after I bought this bad boy, not this one, but literally a few days after I paid them the cash for the bike. So as it currently stands, I still have my money tied up in a bike at Roy Pidcock's, which I can't touch because the administrators have seized that bike, or they've seized everything that's there. It's very unfortunate news. I'm deeply concerned for all the guys working there. I know nearly everyone at Roy Pidcock, a fantastic team. I really hope everything works out for you. But meanwhile, I had to kind of like pull my socks up, make a few phone calls to BMW Motorrad Group, but then I thought I'm wasting my time there a little bit. Let's call another dealer. So I went back to one of the old dealers I used to deal with years ago before I moved up here where we're based now, and I contacted Wollaston BMW, which is Northamptonshire. Wollaston straight away opened their arms up and said, "Welcome back, Steve," and they managed to get this for me just in time. Literally, I called them just over 24 hours ago in a panic saying, "We need this bike ASAP." And the reason I can't wait is because we've got so much lined up with this bike. This bike is going to EICMA in Milan for the show, and we leave here on the 1st of November. I've got to get all the stuff that we want to do to this bike done in the next 24 hours because I've got other things on this weekend, but I've got to get it all done in the next 24 hours. Then I've got to give it a running in period of about 500-600 miles before it then goes in for its first service on the 31st of October. And then I pick it up again and then head straight down to Milan on it. If I didn't get this bike, I would have literally lost a couple of £1,000 in travel expenses. My sponsor would have been disappointed in me because we've promised Chiggy that this bike will be on their stand, and if they knew earlier, they would have made alternative arrangements. But I understand these things can't be helped, and it's very unfortunate about what we're hearing today in England. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but it's so sad hearing about these motorcycle companies going into administration. So all the guys at Pidcock, really thinking about you guys. I really hope things work out for you, and we're going to stay in touch. So I've paid for 2 bikes. I've only got 1 bike at the moment, but the administrator has promised me that that money is coming back to me. I don't know when, but fingers crossed that's coming back, because that's a large chunk of change that I cannot afford to lose. Moving on, this is what we're doing. I haven't even ridden it yet. That's the other thing. The bike that I originally ordered through Roy Pidcock had the clutch on there. I was not brave enough to go the clutchless ASA feature. But unfortunately, out of the bikes that Wollaston had available for me to choose from, they all had this ASA gearbox. I've only had a go in my courtyard so far, just riding around doing figure of 8s. It's a very well balanced bike, and it's very weird. The more I look at the bike and the more I jump on it and swing my leg over, the more I'm liking it. But if I'm completely honest, I'm still not sold on it. But I think this bike's going to be very, very popular. And I've got a feeling that this clutchless ride is probably going to grow on me as well. But right now, I'm totally against it. I'm literally shitting myself when I get to T-junctions. I'm worried about coming up to a T-junction and not being able to pull that clutch in. I'm just worried it's going to stall or something. Not only that, what about when I jump on any of my other bikes which have got a clutch on there? It's like, am I going to forget that this is now a bike with a clutch and I forget to pull the clutch in, and then I end up stalling it and probably bouncing out into the junction because the bike just leaps forward because the engine's labouring? I don't know, but it does worry me. I don't feel ready to embrace this whole clutchless ride right now. It does feel like a bit of an overrated scooter for me. I'm just being honest. So I don't want to keep this video really long. This video is all about showing you it's arrived. We've taken it off the back of the trailer. We've had a look at it, we've gone over it, just like having a bit of a poke around the nose at it. And now what we want to do is see what we can put on the bike. There's a few things about the BMWs which we all know about, the rear lights. We want to make the bike safer. So one of the very first things I'm doing to this bike is putting the visor rear dongles, the rear wizards on the back. So that is going to reformat the way how those rear lights work. So I'll show you now how it is, and then another video is coming in the next 5 to 7 days after we've done all the work to this. We're gonna do all the work tomorrow and film it all and get that video out to you again. So please subscribe to the channel and tickle my bell and you'll be notified when that next video comes out. So you can see. We do have other videos on the 1250 showing what these do. So go through and look at some of the other videos and you'll see exactly how they reformat those rear lights. Makes you a lot safer on the road. But to accompany that, we're also going to stick a B6 rear light on there, one of these. Now I might decide to stick the rear T3 on. That's what I've got on my GS, and it's what I had on my 1250 as well because I preferred the smaller size. But this is a big ass on the, well, it's a big ass bike, but it's got a big ass on it as well. And I think the B6 is going to look really good on the back of this. It's probably it's our most popular selling product of all time, the Denali B6 Lite. We must sell about 100 of these a month alone. So that's going to tidy up the back end, and you're going to see that on the next video. The next key important thing for me is the sound bomb. We don't even know if it's going to fit. So we've got the mounts here for the R1300GS, but we don't know if it fits the GS Adventure. My guess is it will. We'll find out tomorrow and you'll see that in the next video. And then that works with the split sound bomb. Now I didn't put a sound bomb on my GS because I off-road that bike a hell of a lot and I didn't want it getting knocked. I generally wear big Alpine Star Tech 10 boots with that, and my feet are all over the place when I'm riding that, and I can imagine myself knocking that off. But on this one, I can't see myself, I probably will take it off-road, but I can't see myself taking it off-road anytime soon. I want the sound bomb on there. This is going to be used for touring. Now, when it comes to sound bomb, and sorry to plug this a little bit, but if you've been following very closely on our Instagram and our TikTok and our Facebook, you would see police bikes in here. Now, they're not in here anymore, but we've just done a very big contract for a certain division of the Metropolitan Police in London. That division is called the Special Escort Group, SEG for short. A lot of you would have heard of them. If you don't know who they are the police officers going around on quite stealthy looking R1300 RSs. When I say stealthy, they're just white and black. They haven't got the big Battenberg day glow fluorescent stickers all over them. They're just the white and black ones. But they specifically guard our royal family and also the Prime Minister. But you'll see them going around London, blowing whistles. They don't have sirens on them. I'm not too sure why. It's been reported quite frequently where pedestrians have run out in the road, probably because they're wearing AirPods and they can't hear the traffic coming up. They can't hear the whistles and the bikes rushing through London, securing the asset, if you like, the diplomatic car with the Prime Minister in it. And people have been hit and injured. So one of the things that happened is an investigation took place, and they basically said, we need louder horns on our bike. To cut a long story short, the SEG discovered us here at a bike thing and said, Steve, can you fit sound bombs to RSs? Of which we said, we can. Yeah, of course we can. Literally in the last couple of months, we completed all of the installations of the sound bomb. Plus we did some other work for them as well, but I won't go into too much detail. But it was absolutely lovely being able to go onto YouTube recently and seeing some footage of Prince William being protected by about 5 or 6 of the SEG bikes. Because we've got a bit of a trained eye when it comes to the sound bomb installations on these bikes, we can see them, so we can see our work actually in action. And we've also, I'm probably not allowed to say this, so I'm not going to mention any names, but someone very, very VIP, who everyone in the world knows, made a comment about the louder sound bombs, well, about the louder horns on the bikes, and that comment got back through to me through the contact that I have at the Met Police. So sorry to go on about that, but it's a big win for us that we've done a load of work for the Met Police and helping to keep our royal family and Prime Minister safe. Oh, and not only that, recently Taylor Swift was in town and they did actually offer her close protection as well. So I thoroughly recommend As used by the Metropolitan Police Special Escort Group, I recommend the split sound bomb on your new GS Adventure or any bike that you might have. The next thing we're going to put on here is the Inov K7 dash cam. I've had it on all my bikes, a dash cam. I really recommend that. So not much more to say about that, but when you see the next video, you're going to see how we're going to mount it, because we need to get creative about how we're going to get it on the bike. Really looking forward to getting that on there. Now, the other option I could have had is by putting a Chiggy AI05 light on there. Now that is the Chiggy CarPlay system and Android Auto with the cameras, but obviously, I prefer having the Inov K7 me personally, and I don't want to take the cradle off the bike. We haven't even tried it yet, but here is the AI05 Play for BMW. So that is just the CarPlay and Android Auto, but it snaps straight into the cradle. You'll see that on the next video. And if you decide you want to order one of these for your bike, don't forget to add on the little sunshade for it, quite handy, and also a protective film. I'll put a link down below so you can see how you can use our little bundle configurator so you don't miss anything out. Now, I'm probably going to fit the TR100. I don't really want it on display. I've got this on display on my GS, but I'm thinking I don't want this on display on the GS Adventure, so I might try and hide this under the seat. But if I do fit it, I kind of have to actually, based on something else that I want to run from the bike. But if I do fit it, I'm going to try and get this under the seat somewhere. Which then brings me on to the Peak Design wireless head charging mount. Let me show you. This is the new wireless charging motorcycle bar mount. I've been crying out for these for the last year or two. If you missed that video that I made nearly 2 years ago on Peak Design mounts, because if you haven't heard of them, where have you been? You've probably heard of quad lock and you're thinking, well, I don't need one of these, I've got a quad lock. Or if you haven't got a quad lock and you want something to mount your phone on, well then really advise you to look at Peak Design. It's a bit pricier than quad lock, but that's because it's better, a lot better. But if you've already got quad lock, then maybe it's not worth getting rid of all your quad lock and going onto this, because quad lock does work well. But check out that video. It's a long time ago, but it's a very, very popular video. Well, it's the reason why we sell so much of this Peak Design stuff. Now this is, I've only got one of these in stock at the moment. Actually, I think a load arrived today whilst I was out collecting the bike, but we're not allowed to sell these until later, I think 4th of November, because that's the official release date. But we're putting one on, an early one onto this bike, so you can see it working. And that will plug in straight into a USB-C into the TR100 or any other USB charging device that I might find on the bike. Haven't had a proper look around it yet. So I'm hopefully going to fit that on the middle. That's where I've got it on my GS, which is a non-charging one. But we've also got one to go on the brake clutch mount. That's also a charging one. All on the website. I put a link down below so you can see exactly how to get to that. And I'll put a little thing at the side of me as well, showing the website so you can navigate the website yourself. Here's one for the stem, a chargeable one. We do the non-charging ones as well for all of these. And finally, we've got one that goes on the mirror. Now, I can't see myself ever mounting one of these actually on the mirror stem. Some of you might, but come on, not on a GS. But the mirror stem is the same size as the crossbar. So if you wanted to use just your phone as your navigation and not use CarPlay, if you did, or you wanted to kind of shift the cradle across and expose some of that perch bar where the GS navigation prep goes, well, that is the same size as a mirror stem, and you could mount your Peak Design charging unit on that next to the cradle. There's always a way around everything. What else have we got here? A lot of this stuff needs to be powered by an EasyCam. Well, actually, so far nothing does. We can actually power the sound bomb without using an EasyCam. And everything I've mentioned so far doesn't even need an EasyCam, because I haven't even mentioned lights yet. Oh no, sorry, the rear light. Sorry, the rear B6. You see, now I could fit rear visors that have got a B6 dongle, so we can plug a B6 directly in, but I'm not a massive fan of that, because we can't adjust the brightness of the B6 using that product. And I bet Mark, the founder of Visor, is going to be absolutely hating me right now for hearing that, but he knows my feelings about this. It's a wonderful way of getting an extra auxiliary brake light on the back of your bike. If you've got the Wizards, there's a product we have, and I'll put a link down below, where you can plug in a B6 or a T3 light as an extra brake light, and you can choose it to be brake only, or you can choose it to be run and brake. If you choose it to be brake only, it comes on at 100%. You can't program that brightness. If you choose to go for the run brake option, it will come on at 50% for run, I think that's too bright. When I have a run light on, I only ever put them on at about 10, well, I do 10%. 10% brightness just for running, and when you hit the brake, it goes to 100%. That's how we set them up, but we do that with the EasyCam. You can't do that with the Visor Wizards. So we will be fitting a Mojave. We don't even know if this works. I am 99.999999% confident it will work. Why would they go and change the canvas on this bike? But we will find out tomorrow. We're going to plug it in, and you're going to see that in the next video. Bloody hell, I waffle on, don't I? But there's so much content up here that I want to share with you. So the Mojave is going on there. We've got the harness kit with it as well. So on the website, if you decide to buy an EasyCam by itself, you'll see an optional harness kit where you can wire in a pair of lights and a sound bomb and a rear light, that sort of thing. And lots of little accessories to power all sorts of things. Just going back to the lights themselves, one of the things that I really wanted to fit to this, and I don't think we can, but you will find out in the next video, are the emblems. These emblems are directly onto the fuel tank, and we do not want to be drilling holes in our fuel tank to run wires. It's an absolute no. So I don't think this is going to be possible to get emblems on here, which I'm really disappointed because I think they're going to look really good on there, but time will tell. So when it comes to the actual front headlights, because that's what we do, don't we? We do D3 bundles, we do D4 bundles, D7, D7 Pro bundles, and we show everything on there with the sound bomb and the rear light, and so you can get everything in the bundle on our website. I really am not too sure where we're going to put a set of lights on this bike. What I can tell you is the extra auxiliary lights that come on the bike on the side, which you see down here, we've had them turned on outside in the courtyard during daytime. They're not the best light. You're probably saying, of course you're going to say that, Steve, because you want to sell loads more of your lights. But they are a factory fit. So someone's going to have to come up with a design to replace them, which I think is worth doing, where we can unscrew those housings and put a replacement in there, but with a better light in there. I really hope someone comes up with that light, and we will look at some options what can go in there, but we don't want to mount something in front of it because I think that's going to look naff. But we do have options of mounting things below it and also on the forks. Now there is a company that has recently approached me. I'm not going to mention who they are because we are still working very closely with them. Things are in the testing phase. But this company have been making lights for many, many, many years, and they're at the top of their game in a different industry. When I say different industry, still a lighting industry, but a different sector in the industry. I mean, they're right at the top of the game. So you could probably make some guesses and put a comment down below, and I can guarantee a lot of you will be spot on. And those lights are uber expensive. Now, they've made a load of motorcycle lights, and I have tested them, and they are phenomenal. Not only that, they're beautiful. They're like really pretty. And not only that, they're super lightweight. I've never seen anything of this quality, to be fair. They're incredible, but there's a high price tag on them as well. But the reason I say there's more work going into them is because they've got their own technology on the printed circuit boards behind the LEDs, which is conflicting slightly with the EasyCam controller. And we're a big advocate for the EasyCam and the CanSmart from Denali. And we want to be able to control our lights using the factory buttons on the bike. So I don't think it's going to be that long because the company, they are UK based. The lights are manufactured here in the UK, best of British and all that. And but I am very excited to be working with them, and I really hope we bring something really solid to you in the near future that you will be able to take advantage of. I think these lights are going to look very good on the GSA. I might mount them on there, and if I do, you're going to see it on the bike if anyone's going to EICMA and you see us on the Chicky stand. But then again, I might not. Okay? Now, the reason that I am slowing my speech down slightly is because I'm thinking as I'm going along here. I want to raise a whole new subject and a discussion on something else. And I want to talk about Lone Rider moto lights. So we've had a lot of you messaging us, asking us, are we stocking Lone Rider moto lights? And we've also had messages saying, I've bought some Lone Rider moto lights direct, can you fit them for us? So at first I was like, right, well, I need to reach out to Lone Rider, and I do know a couple of the guys at Lone Rider. You know, it's quite a close, incestuous industry. So we'll speak to each other. So I reached out and I spoke to one of them and basically said, you know, I've seen your lights, all the marketing you've done for them. They look really interesting. I also have quite a good understanding of how they work with the new EasyBus technology that has been done for them by Hex. Hex, obviously, as you know, work very closely with us. So, you know, we're having some good discussions, and I know about this new technology. So I thought I'd reach out to Lone Rider and ask them, look, as you know, we've got a huge customer base. We sell thousands of lights a year, literally thousands of pairs, all over the world. We want to stock your light. So if you know how I work, we're not just an online influencer on YouTube relying on commissions. We're all about, we don't even get commissions for anything. We are all about stocking the products and giving you that layer of customer service in between the manufacturer, distributor, and you. Okay, so we are selling it to you. We can also give our dealer warranty as well. Now, when I say dealer warranty, it's like if I have a 2-year manufacturer's warranty, well, that's my warranty that I have with the supplier. That's not for you to benefit from. That's for me to benefit from. But if you have an issue with one of your products, I'm not going to go back to the manufacturer and ask them whether we can exchange or repair or refund. I'm going to deal with that problem straight away with me as the dealer to you. And then I would deal with the bit with the manufacturer separately myself. And that's what we do with Denali. You have a 5-year manufacturer's warranty, but we give a warranty ourselves. Right to the point that Hex give a 2-year manufacturer's warranty. But if you know how we do business, on all of our website and all of the EasyCans, we offer a 5-year warranty. So we go above and beyond Hex's 2-year warranty. And why do I do that? It might seem crazy. Well, we've been in business for coming up for 7 years now. And we've been selling the CanSmart and the EasyCan for a long time. And if there's going to be a problem, it happens in the first 6 months. So I'm more than happy to give a 5-year warranty on an EasyCan because we just don't get any issues. It just doesn't happen. And if it does, then, you know, it's a cost of business, and I'm happy to take that on the chin. But I'm recording all of the data in my sales platform so I can see how many returns we get in what periods of time. So it's a no-brainer for me giving you that extra layer of customer service and giving you a 5-year warranty on something I only get a 2-year warranty. So that's why we do it. So moving back to the Moto Lights by Lone Rider, contacted them, gave them a proposition of doing very high volumes with them, but it was a no. It was an outright no. Steve, we do not deal with dealers. So that is the general message. We do not deal with dealers. We only sell direct, which is a real shame because we've got a lot of people who we do not want to say no to. So if you do have Lone Rider Moto Lights and you want to bring them here for us to install, we will do that for you. Okay, so get in touch and we can arrange that for you because we do understand how they connect up and how to program them on the EasyBus. Now, the EasyBus technology, that is something that I will be making a video on, but not yet. EasyBus is still quite a limited thing at the moment because it doesn't work on everything. And until we have more products that we can connect to the EasyBus, then that is when I will start doing more content on how the EasyBus works. Because at the moment, the only lights that will work on the EasyBus are the Lone Rider Moto Lights and a rear light made by Admiral. They're the only things currently, as of today's date, as I'm making this video, that work on the EasyBus. But there are more lights coming on down the line. I'm not permitted to say who those companies are right now. I do know who they are, but I shouldn't really say anything. It'd be too long of me to say something. But I just want you to know that I have tried my very best for you, my subscribers, my customers. I've tried my very best to stock Lone Rider Moto Lights for you so we can sell them to you, but it's been an outright no. We can't do it, which means you have to buy them direct, fit them yourself, or come here and fit them. But remember, if we fit them and you have a problem with them, you will not have any dealer warranty from us. You have to deal with the manufacturer wherever they are in the world, okay? So that's the downside of when you are not buying through a dealer. And I don't want to come across as biased here. I'm trying to come across as very fair. If you're thinking about the Easy Bus technology and having those motor lights where you've got multiple functions on one circuit, I'm not going to get into too much detail. If you really want that, then I would probably say maybe hang out a little while, because there's other products that are coming down the line later on by larger manufacturers, better lights, and companies that want to work with dealers. Right, that's my little bit over, and I hope I haven't come across as a little bit bitter, because if I'm completely honest, I am just a little bit bitter because I really wanted to sell their lights. But hey ho, there you go. All right, and those of you who have bought them, good luck to you, and I hope you're really happy with your purchases. This video has gone on far too long already. I am so sorry, I'm such a waffler. There's probably other bits that we're going to find in the stock rooms that we want to fit to this bike. So I just want to finish off by saying the Gillies foot pegs will definitely be going on this bike. Look at them, aren't they beautiful? So they are definitely going on the bike because they are so cool. The other thing I'll be putting on here is the Jizz Flash. This is, it's a multi, it'll do lead acid and lithium. It's got a lithium battery on here, but it'll do lithium, but we're going to put the tether on here. So we've got a battery tether, so I can just plug it in as and when the bike's just sitting around doing nothing. It's a handy thing just to have dangling just under the seat, so I can plug it in and put it on charge. That's it for now. The bike's here. Stay tuned, subscribe, tickle the bell so we notify you for the next video. And I will see you in the next video, or maybe see you at EICMA. Come to the stand and say hi. All right, bye for now.